Oh, it's my turn to do it, right?
Yeah, if you want me to do it, I can do it. You want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
I'll do it this time because you had to do it last time.
Okay. You got this. You got this.
Hey, you're listening to the Invested Podcast. It's Connor Davidson and Terry
What's up?
Coronella in the house.
How's it going, man?
Woo!
What are we going to talk about today, Connor?
Okay, so you have been kind of, finagling a bit with this, a little bit of the Star Wars mythos, a little bit of the Battlefront 2.
Yeah, I know. We're going to go into video games today.
Oh boy,
we're not going to stay around.
Attack of the Clones is not a game.
No. We're going to do... I want to talk about Isle for Dogs. I wanted to talk about that last week, but I forgot.
Hotel for Dogs. Right.
Hotel for Dogs. No, Wes Anderson. But I got some news to talk about for you, you, Connor. If you'll entertain me. The news. Okay. Well, at first there's not much news, but Blade Runner, the new one that just came out that neither of us have seen. I assume you haven't. I have not.
2449.
Yeah, that one. It's being very disappointing at the box office. It only opened with $31.5 million.
Oh no.
Which I don't know how much they made it for though.
It seemed expensive. It's like off the top of my head, I feel like it's definitely over 100 million. Like I would say 113 million, but actually no, probably like 150 at least. Although, 130 conservative estimate.
They made it for.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 130. You gotta check the Wikipedia.
Yeah, right. I'll go on the Wikipedia. One second.
I'm on the Wikipedia. The real thing is you want to know the Rotten Tomatoes score. Because even if a movie does
here's the thing about it is that people are liking it. It has a good score, 89, 8.6 on IMDb. People are liking the movie. Mm-hmm. It's just too long. No one wants to see it. Mm-hmm. It's almost 3 hours long. That's why I haven't seen it yet. It's like I don't want to... Where does it say how much it costs?
Usually in like the margin right next to the...
Like over here?
Yeah, in this...
Budget, 150 and 185 million.
Ooh, nice.
It's only made 30 so far.
Yeah, 150. This is about right. Because it's not too much of a property where it's got like, too many moving parts. Because noir is a very patient thing, so as much as they do need the decadent sets and stuff like that.
See, that was my problem with the first one. Like, I liked it, but at the same time I was like...
Kind of drags.
It's just drags, and it's just like... It's in just so many shots of just like actually, Honest Trailers pointed this out. It's just Harrison Ford looking out a window at a city. Mm. Like, it's like 5 minutes of just him looking out, and there's nothing. It doesn't add to the plot in any way. It's like, why is this here? And people would be like, well, it's like, no, it's just like, it's just boring. It's why are we staring at the city so long?
It's supposed to be...
I think it's been old dated.
Ambiance.
I don't think it's the best movie ever made, and I don't,
That's fair. I mean, yeah, I don't think it's... I
understand why it was revolutionary, but...
Yeah. What's funny? I feel the same way you do about Blade Runner, about, like, Stanley Kubrick movies. Where I'm like, I get why this is good, but I don't enjoy this.
Yeah.
Except for Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide Shut is good.
I haven't seen that one. What else has he done?
He did Full Metal Jacket. He did The Shining.
Oh, I don't like The Shining.
He did... the movie with 2001 Space Odyssey, and he did Clockwork Orange, which is the one everyone tells me to watch. They say that's the one I'll like, but I still have not seen that one.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Oh, and he did, those are all the big ones, I think.
I'm going to try and see Blade Runner this week, but it's just like, it's such a chunk out of my day.
Yes.
It's just like, ugh.
I'm not sure if you want to invest that time.
Paranormal Activity, the franchise could get a reboot very soon. Did you ever watch Paranormal Activity?
Oh, no, I haven't watched it.
I don't really care about that at all.
I like the idea of it where they, like, made a horror movie within their... Like, I like low-budget horror movies.
I think the idea in the first one's good, but then they overdid it.
Yeah, I think, it got... The sequel fatigue was...
Yeah. It's just like, it was franchise, and they want to reboot it. But, like, how would you reboot it? Isn't everyone, like, a different character?
I think so. Yeah.
So just make another one. Basically, is what they're trying to say.
Well, I guess reboot it. They probably just instead of it because I think it's like cameras in a house or something. So I think they'd probably reboot it to be it's a different.
Now it's all drone footage and GoPros.
Oh, you know what? That'd be kind of fun. Drone footage, paranormal activity movie set in like the New Mexico desert and all that stuff. Like Roswell's not aliens, it's ghosts. It's kind of fun.
Actually, aliens would be cool too.
Yeah. Fucking.
There aren't enough horror movies with aliens.
Yeah, I know.
Like besides Alien, like there isn't like any like scary like Signs is kind of a scary alien movie, but like.
Well, I think aliens nowadays make people laugh.
But you could do it really well. You could do one like about the Chupacabra.
Chupacabra? Oh, the Chupacabra as an alien?
Yeah, as an alien.
Oh, shit, yeah.
And like in the Mexico desert. Like that would be terrifying.
Yeah, Chupacabra.
Anyway, so I don't really care. You know John Boyega, you know who he is?
Yeah.
He plays Finn.
He's going to be in Pacific Rim too.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about though.
Okay.
He says that episode 9 will have, quote, the war to end all wars. Star Wars episode 9.
That's good, right? You want, because you don't want any more war.
Yeah, and, well, I mean...
Star Piece.
So that, to me, is either, like, it's the trilogy... What do you call, like, a 6-part movie series?
Saga?
Sextuplate?
Sagas.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It's going to come to an end. But that also means to me there's just going to be too big of a fight.
Too big a fight. Oh, so you think they're going to get...
Is this finally going to be the Star War?
Yeah, it will be the Star War, yeah.
I mean, we kind of had a couple... We had the Clone Wars, but we've never had the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll call it the Star Wars.
The Star Wars. Star Wars Last Jedi Star War scene. Remember that scene in
Star Wars Episode 9's The Star War.
The Star War. Oh, is he talking about Episode 9?
Yeah, Episode 9,
not
not
I thought
7.
he was talking about Episode 8.
8, I mean, yeah. No, he's talking about Episode 9. It's going to be like the end.
Oh, that's a big spoiler for...
Yeah, I guess so.
For whoever's doing Episode 9. I don't know who.
I don't think we know yet. I think it keeps changing.
I remember. It's so funny. I get somebody like, I remember, I forget who this was, but I saw somebody talking about Episode 9, and I was like, oh yeah, that Colin Trevorrow guy left. And then the dude like nodded at me, and then we high-fived. And I was like, yeah, because Colin Trevorrow is not that great. I mean, he's okay.
I don't know why. There's so many directors out there. Why are they having such trouble finding directors for these movies?
Because I think nobody wants to do them. I mean, nobody who is established wants to do them because, like, they realize that they're studio movies, so they won't be doing their own vision. They're doing what, like, this, like, it's kind of like, what do you call it? The group.
Do you find it weird that they still have directors for stuff like that? Like a studio movie, don't you think they could just have scenes be done? Why even put a director in there?
Well, because you want like a cohesive vision.
Have it be done by a robot.
That is probably an actual thing that will happen.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it just tells the actors what to do, what to say, when to say it, and then be like, okay, cut.
Yeah, there's directors who are like robots.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Ben Affleck says that Justice League is going to be a tonal change, a big tonal change.
Wow! I can't believe they're smiling at DC. Oh my god! I can't believe it. I'm on Reddit and I watched the new trailer and I got so excited. I'm sorry. Do I sound bitter?
That was terrible. That was horrifying. I didn't like that at all. Jeez. All right, yeah, but big change tonally, apparently.
I'm just like, it's too late. It's too late. Do new stuff. Make good scenes and make a good movie and stop being stupid. DC, I hate you.
I know. It's like I don't want to hate DC, but I always said.
It's like their best movie, Wonder Woman, their best movie is like...
It's like fine.
It's like fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
It has some cool moments.
Like, that like makes me so...
We've talked about this before, but I think Wonder Woman was overhyped, and I think it's not as good as everybody says it is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like, well, it has no competition. Like, everything else has been total crap.
Yeah,
so
well, I think...
The fact that it was at all good was like, people were like, oh my god.
Do you think, and this is a controversial topic, do you think that it gets as much popularity because it's good or because it's a female superhero? Or do you think it's like a bit of both? Like it's a good female superhero?
It's definitely a bit of both, but like she's really good.
She's the best part of it.
So it's like it's not that part. the problem is like the it's like there's no other good characters in the movie. Like Chris Pine did a really good job
from what he was given. Yeah, it's just kind of,
and then that's kind of it. Like just them, just that. Which to be fair, they're kind of carrying most of the movie, so that's somewhat of relief. And then Patty Jenkins, of course, like has really great eye for action. But it's like what, like you have three people who are kind of holding this entire ship together. It's like, Jesus, like you got a lot of leaks on that boat, man.
It's too long, and the end fight is just like a mess. I hated that scene.
Like
I watched part of it, like I think online, like that end fight, and I was like, I don't remember this happening. I zoned out apparently.
And I was just so disappointed because I was like, you can do so much with like the Greek pantheon and all that stuff, and I was like, it's like DC Comics like is known for just doing weird stuff, like do weird cosmic stuff. It's like you can do that.
Because
like,
they're trying to be grounded. It's because Zack Snyder was like, I'm going to ground these films or whatever.
You can do the most crazy like wacko stuff, but you can ground it in like reality as long as you have good scene work. Like that's like it's.
Well, now it's going to be a big change totally.
Change totally, which of course is going to be like we're just trying to be more like Marvel, and it's like Marvel is getting on people's nerves because people like as fun as Marvel is, like everyone's waiting for Infinity War, and then once Infinity War happens, unless Marvel like changes stuff up a little bit, they're gonna get just as like people are just gonna get bored.
Well, I don't know because Avengers 3 is Infinity War, but 4 is supposed to be. 3 leads into 4, so like it's they still have one more after that.
Oh yeah, when I say Avengers 3, I mean like the 2 parts.
The 2 parts, yeah.
I view them as like one.
It used to be part 1, part 2, but now it's just Avengers 4. It doesn't have a name yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that strange? That's true. I mean, I guess they're changing stuff up, but
yeah, they're just gonna give it some different name probably. They might not name it until 3 happens, and that way it's not like a spoiler of 3 or something like that.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
I don't know, but I guess that's good. Scott Eastwood, you know who that is?
Yeah, he's a very pretty young man.
Yeah, he's been talking about how he wants to play Wolverine.
Okay, what has he been in?
He's in
has he been in
Pacific Rim 2. He was in Suicide Squad, I think, wasn't he?
What?
Or no, he was Fast Furious 8. He was in Fast Furious 8.
Oh, okay. I'm not...
He was like supposed to replace Paul Walker's character.
I want to play Wolverine. Okay. Sure.
I know, right?
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah. Do you know what he looks like? Like, do you even know?
He's like super handsome.
You know exactly what he looks like. You don't even need to know what he looks like. You just say Scott Eastwood. You're like, oh, I could probably tell.
Yeah. He's just.
He's not the most exciting person ever.
He was in Suicide Squad. I don't remember him in that movie.
I'm not kidding. Yeah, he was.
Jesus. Oh, man.
He's like just kind of like he's not a bad actor. He just doesn't do anything exciting.
Yeah. You know what? If he played like a Michael Keaton Beetlejuice type role, where he gets really like
crazy,
crazy, and like he makes his voice like this and then maybe I'll be like, okay, you kind of you have the range to definitely play.
You don't know what his range is. He's just action hero, pretty boy.
Yeah, because if they do Wolverine, they should not necessarily. They should do something different from Hugh Jackman.
They should do more to the comics where he's like a crazy animal man.
He's like, hey, bub.
Yeah, like a tiny little, but he's not tiny like Wolverine should be. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Did you watch that movie?
I did, yeah.
Did you like that movie?
Through a lot of it.
Yeah,
no, I
hated that movie.
I loved the opening because I was like, the opening got me so hyped.
What was the opening?
The opening was the Daily Prophet montage about Grindelwald, and then Grindelwald.
That director really likes doing that stuff. He did. He started in like the 5th one.
Was it David Yates?
Yeah, he started on the 5th one. And he did it every single one from there.
That's my favorite part. I'm like, ooh, because it gets.
It's
you
like
excited.
This weird area of like where you have 2 walls of paper and it kind of goes through them all. It's pretty cool, but yeah. But that's the thing, though. I didn't like the Grindelwald part of that movie because it didn't belong there.
The Grindelwald stuff ended up being dumb.
Yes.
And
so it had potential.
Yeah. It had, like, as soon as I saw Grindelwald, I was like, yeah. And then it's like Johnny Depp, and I was like, gross.
Yeah. And I hated Eddie Redmayne. I don't like Eddie Redmayne anyway, but I hated his character.
Yeah, he wasn't even.
I hated the girl character.
I don't understand what any of the characters wanted.
The only characters I liked the human, the Muggle dude, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, the
fat guy,
yeah,
the baker, and the girl who could read minds. Those two, their story intrigued me. I wish the movie was about those two.
I kind of like Colin Farrell's performance a little bit.
Oh, he was good too. He did that thing where he didn't use a wand and he like used magic, and I was like, "That's awesome! I've never seen that happen before."
Yeah, that
shows
cool
how powerful he is. It was like it could have been a really cool moment and be like, "Whoa, he just did that without a wand. Yeah, that must be a really powerful person."
And there's so much potential too, because like I feel like you're doing wizards in America during like what was it set
1920s.
1920s, like that's like it's like there's a lot of meat there. There's so much meat there, and they're just like he's going around.
They went too far with it.
He's going around all the little creatures. He's got pulled back in his bag,
and now
you just probably fall
also,
asleep.
I know this is coming from me, so it doesn't really mean a lot. But I think the creatures could have been more practical effects than the CGI.
I don't even remember
look very good.
Any of them.
They were not. They weren't memorable at all.
Do you remember how cute Norbert was in the first movie? How he's like a little puppy.
Yeah.
And then, nope, never mind. We don't want our creatures to have personality.
Yeah, they're all boring. Fantastic.
Also, the ending is dumb.
The sequel has a character addition to include Nicholas Flamel.
Well, that's exciting to me. That's exciting.
Is it actually?
Because I like Nicholas Flamel.
So that's exciting, but for me, that's like.
It's weird.
They're throwing in these characters. This is Fantastic Beasts of War. What are these characters doing in this story?
And then Salazar Slytherin he's making a cameo. And then Harry Potter's...
So there's supposed to be
Harry Potter's son is going to be his best friend.
There's supposed to be 8 of these movies.
What, of the Fantastic Beasts series?
They're going to do 7 or 8 of them.
8?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And so
why?
It's going to get to the point where it's going to completely give up on the Fantastic Beasts and become a Dumbledore Grindelwald movie.
Like, I just want to watch that movie. Just do one.
Yeah,
just
do one, maybe
Grindelwald.
2 if it's long enough. I don't care.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Or you could do, maybe the Dumbledore
Netflix series.
Grindelwald trilogy. I guess you could do that.
What I would have,
that's what
I would have preferred was a trilogy with Harry's dad and like Lupin and Sirius as like teenagers, like a 3-part like adventure in Hogwarts.
I think that'd be better as a...
That would have been fun. I would have liked that.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of fun. Although the stakes are kind of... Because you already kind of know...
Well, but it would have been more fun, though.
Yeah, it would definitely be more fun.
It would just be a fun adventure. It would be like a bunch of kids trying to solve a mystery in Hogwarts. It wouldn't be like... Yeah, it wouldn't be like a typical Harry Potter where like something bad happens and people are dying. It would just be like, oh, Lupin's a werewolf. We gotta
hide him from
go play with him outside in the woods.
We gotta hide the pigs.
And then you can find out how they made the Marauders map and things like that. It would have been a really cool little silly thing.
Oh yeah.
Really lighthearted, like the original Harry Potter movie.
Definitely. Yeah.
With like the intrigue of beautiful magic and things like that.
Of course. Yeah. That is. It's got legs.
I should write movies.
It's got legs.
All right.
I'd actually like it more as a TV show.
Yeah.
Because there's no big epic scenes you have to do.
But it'd have to have a budget, though, because the magic would look really corny and stupid.
But, I mean, you can make magic look real now on TV. As long as you don't have 22 episodes of season Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm looking at you, you piece of shit.
All right, my last...
8 episodes, 10 episodes.
My last little bit of news. I mean, I know you
don't do any more.
You're not into the Fast and Furious as much as I am.
I just haven't sat down and watched them.
Do you know Dwayne Johnson's character? His name is Hobbs.
So, okay. I'm going to explain to you what I think Dwayne Johnson's character is, having not watched the movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think he's a police officer who's trying to stop them from robbing banks. But he says, you know what? These guys are really fun to hang out with. I enjoy them. And I'm going to hang out with them. And then he gets his arm broken. And then he's like, it's not broken anymore because I can punch people. And they're in jail. And then he breaks out of jail.
All right, that's like if you just explain what happens in like 4 movies. Like in the matter of 1 movie.
That's all the trailers. That's like literally.
But his character, he's like a badass cop, special agent type guy. He's actually the best part of the movies right now.
Oh, really?
So a sequel's been confirmed, and there is talk of a Shane Black director.
A sequel to Fast and Furious.
Not a sequel, a spin-off about Dwayne Johnson's character.
Wait, Shane Black's directing?
No, he's being talked about directing. They want him, and he's like, maybe.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, right? I know. Shane Black
like,
would be fun. It would be fun. Because if you look at The Nice Guys, I have the poster right there. It's like a cop movie. Yeah. And it would be that.
He's a good...
But with really cool car chases.
Yeah.
It'd be like a mix of Fast and Furious and Baby Driver and The Nice Guys all together.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be so fun.
I'd be alright with that.
Yeah, I'm hype on fucking Shane Black.
Yeah, dude. Shane Black's good.
Shane Black, what a sweetie. What a wonderful young man.
Do you have any news?
Yeah, man.
What's up? What do you got?
Oh wait, do you want me to talk about the thing I want to talk about?
No,
or do you want me to
just like
talk about
any
news?
fun little news stories.
So Pacific Rim 2 is coming out soon. You ever see the first one?
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay.
It's a lot of slow-mo fighting in the rain. Every single time they go outside, it's raining.
I loved watching the Pacific Rim movies because I was like,
there's only one of them.
Is so I like watching the one I watched, just the first one.
Yeah.
And I was watching it and I was like, this is so fun. This is so dumb and I love it so much.
Okay.
And I love all the stuff with aliens and the psychic stuff and the kaijus and I think it's great. And I was watching the trailer and the whole time, like, I don't know if this
is this trailer to the second one?
Yeah.
Has that come out?
The second one?
Yeah, the second trailer?
Oh, the second trailer came out. Oh, no, the first trailer came out.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense because the first movie's out.
You got it. Yes.
Yeah.
But I was watching the trailer, and I don't think they're going to do this in the movie. Or I don't know how much... Like, it's weird when you watch a trailer and you extrapolate what's in the movie based on the trailer, even though it might not necessarily be in the movie.
Right.
And I was watching the trailer, and I was like, oh, wait a second. So after the kaijus are destroyed, the trailer makes it look like people use the fucking... What do you think? The big robots? They use them to, like, fight wars against each other. So, like, humans start fighting each other again.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and I was like, that's cool. And then, halfway through the movie, the kaijus come back, but it's, like, different because, like, the aliens are also having fighting. And so you'll eventually have scenes where, like, kaijus and the robots are fighting and, like, teaming up with each other to fight the other robots and kaijus.
This is like a mix of news and trailer trash at the same time.
It's awesome. Although, I don't know if that's going to happen in the movie.
Right, but that's speculation.
Pure speculation. But that looks like what would happen. I'd be like, yes! And I just want them to go to the alien planet. Like I want them to actually go. Every movie with an alien invasion that happens on Earth.
You want to see the alien
I want to go to the alien planet. Do first half on Earth and then go to the alien planet. Or the sequel, go to the alien planet. It's
well, the new Independence Day movie, Insurgents, at the end they were like, let's go find the guys and kill them.
They do it during the movie?
No.
Because that's what Optimus Prime said at the end of Age of Extinction, one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And he was like, I'm taking a fight to the streets. The streets of space.
How about take
I don't know why he sounds like Nixon. He's like, I'm not a robot.
I am not a robot. Yeah, well, they want to do that for the Independence Day sequel. They want to take the fight up to space.
But they're not gonna. Here's the Independence Day sequel that's gonna come out 10 years later.
Not gonna come out.
It's gonna be like, remember when we went to space to fight the aliens? Well, we came back, and now Earth is like the road. It's like the road. It's like.
Wait, do your best Liam Hemsworth impression while saying that.
Liam Hemsworth?
He was the main character.
Welcome to Independence Day. It's road.
Does he talk like that?
And Liam Hemsworth. Okay.
Liam Hemsworth.
He kind of. I'm in the Hunger Games. Watch out. Oh. I'm not in the Hunger Games.
I feel like he goes like this a lot. You just sound like Nicolas Cage. I feel
jelly beans instead of alcohol. That's what you do when you go to
direct quote. But in a martini glass. I gotta say, that looks appetizing.
Well,
I love jelly beans, though.
Jelly beans. Well, it's weird. For me, jelly beans is a total misnomer because it makes you think you're eating jelly. Like, I would love, like, a jelly bean, but that's not what it is.
So, it's like more a little casing where there's jelly inside of it?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, isn't that a great idea?
What would you do with them? Just eat them?
Just pop them in your mouth.
So they're kind of like grapes, but there's jelly inside.
Yeah, they're like candy grapes.
Raisins.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Fucking raisins.
Dude. All right, we should talk about an aisle.
I just wanted to, like, take a bunch of raisins and, like, take them up to space and then throw them at the sun and be like, there's a raisin in the sun.
Why?
Because you know that play, Raisins in the Sun?
No.
Oh, you don't know that's a play?
No, I don't know that's a play.
That's a real play.
Well, now I know.
Raisin in the Sun. And I was being overtly literal with this.
All right, Connor. What are your thoughts on Isle for Dogs?
Isle for Dogs.
Wes Anderson's
Hotel
newest
for-
animation.
Trailer trash.
Have you seen for before anything? Have you seen? I'm gonna cross leg on this bench and see what happens.
Shit.
The stool. Have you seen Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yes, I have. I own it on Blu-ray.
You like
it
that
is
movie.
one of my favorite movies.
All right.
It's
So,
awesome.
what do you-
It's how I want a Sly Cooper movie to be made.
Yes, please. Oh my gosh. So what are your thoughts on An Isle for Dogs?
Isle for Dogs. Okay. It looks really fun. I'm really excited for it. It doesn't look bad. It looks really great.
It's got the classic Wes Anderson humor too.
Yeah,
I love that. I love
it
that
looks, it looks kind of serious. Like it looks like it's dealing with a lot of darker themes, which I'm cool with. But like, there's a weird thing happened where I was watching Grand Budapest Hotel, and I was like, I'm excited to watch Grand Budapest Hotel, and I'm watching it, and like, it's really dark and like kind of depressing.
And I was think that Darjeeling Limited. You seen that one?
No, I haven't.
That's
I
a
haven't seen it.
beautiful. It's like really, really touching. There's some really serious moments in that.
stuff.
He does it well though.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that his animated movies are filmed the same way as his normal movies are.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
same camera angles.
He kind of transposed his style onto it. Like
It's
with
so cool.
amazing accuracy. It's amazing.
Like you know that a stop animation movie is Wes Anderson's stop animation movie.
I just love all like the little moments in Fantastic Mr. Fox, like the idea of like explaining the rules behind Hotbox.
Yeah.
Like that little sports game to play. It's like if they light the pine cone on fire, and then somebody yells "Hotbox," and we count all those.
I have to watch that movie again.
It's
I haven't
great.
seen it in
It's
so
so
long.
fun.
Yeah, that movie's fantastic. Oh,
It's like
it's fantastic.
oh man, somebody get this guy to do a Fox Searchlight marketing. You know,
This is very strange. My leg is just kind of pointing right
I
at
know.
you here.
It's like, oh boy, I'm gonna
You can
get
hit it if
you
you
could
want.
like. It feels like at any moment you could extend your leg and kick me right in the gut, and then I'd be like, "This is how Harry Houdini died." Did he? Isn't that how he died?
Supposedly
He got-
Houdini's in Wonder Woman.
in the sequel.
No, like in the movie Wonder Woman. They're walking through the streets of London. There's a dude in the background with a bunch of chains. He's trying to get out of it, and I guess that's supposed to be Houdini.
I wish Houdini was a character in that movie. I wish Houdini had gone with them.
But
on mission.
the whole movie, he's just strapped in chains, like with his arms up. Like he can't all the time, no matter what.
Yeah, all right, I could live with that.
Yeah. But anyway,
It would have been better than the three weirdos they got to go along with them, who I hated. I hated them so much. I was like, you guys are not even characters. You guys are like stereotypes. I hate you.
back to Isle for Dogs. Yeah, I didn't like them either. Isle for
Just annoyed.
Dogs.
And like the dude, it's like, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
but
it's
like,
okay.
The guy, the
Scottish
guy's
guy.
like, oh man, he has trouble like with his like marksmanship, and he's by the end of the movie he's gonna be like he's gonna be a changed man. He's gonna go through an arc.
Never happens.
Nope.
There is that, and then there's that scene I saw. Someone posted it. Like it was like, "Wow, Wonder Woman." That's like a really mean thing to say. He was like, "I can't do this anymore. I have to leave." And she's like, "But who's gonna sing for us?" He's like, "The dude has PSD. Like, let him leave."
Sing for me, fool.
It's like, jeez, man. But anyway, back to Isle for Dogs. So, what do you think the plot's gonna be? It doesn't really give a lot, but like I'm trying to figure out what it's a bunch of dogs on a trash island. Is that what it was?
Yeah, Trash Island.
I've only seen the trailer once, so.
I don't know. That's a good question. It seems just like boy looking for his dog, goes to the island, and then peril ensues.
It's weird, yeah.
He's got to fucking deal
Now,
with some.
in
fucking-
Fantastic Mr. Fox, were there human? I can't remember if they were
Yes,
humans.
there were.
humans.
There was a lot of humans. In particular, the three bad guys.
I can't believe I haven't seen this movie enough. That's crazy.
It's awesome. My favorite part is.
Oh,
like,
you're right. The three farmers.
Yeah, Bogus
Or
Bunce
whatever.
Sabine, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a part where they're doing like a montage where it's like one of the characters is singing about the entire scope of the operation to hunt down all these animals and like the whole story, and he's kind of like a folk singer, and he's like,
Oh, right, yeah,
and he's
yeah.
singing a song, and then the guy at the end of the song, one of the bad guys comes up and says, "That was a bad song, PT. You wrote a bad song." And I think about that moment like every week, and I'm like, this is perfect. I love this so
Oh
much.
gosh, I'm gonna watch that movie.
I fucking love when they shoot the blueberries out of the straw,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dogs, and then
It's so quick too. His animation it's really well done. It's all hand done too.
What does it take like 4 years to
Yeah,
shoot?
that's why it's been so long. What do you want to see out of this movie?
Out of Isle of Dogs.
Yeah. Do you want it to be more funny than heartfelt, or you want it to be heartfelt more than funny?
I want to be funny. I want to be funny just because like I mean, I'm okay with like heartfelt moments, but I feel like in particular, the problem I had with fucking Hotel
For dogs.
what the
Grand Budapest
Grand
Hotel.
Budapest, it was too sad, and not quirky enough. Whereas,
Really? I thought that was one of his weirdest ones.
Well, it just wasn't like I wasn't getting any like jollies out of it, you know? Because like Rushmore is a movie with like really serious themes and like sad scenes.
Same with Life Aquatic.
But it's mostly funny. Yeah, exactly.
Life Aquatic has really serious moments that are funny.
Right.
Like them trying to save, what's his name?
I have not seen Life Aquatic.
Oh, you fell asleep.
I fell asleep.
Oh, you need to watch Life Aquatic.
I feel so bad. I fell asleep. It's Spencer's favorite movie, and I was like,
it's like one of my favorite movies. That night blew my mind. I didn't even notice. You were right next to me, and I didn't even notice.
oh yeah, that was
Like my eyes were wide the whole time, and all of a sudden I look, and like at the end you were like, "What?"
I was like woke up when they started playing. I think like David Bowie, and they were walking through like Italy or something.
At the very end,
I was like,
like the last.
this is so beautiful.
That movie's incredible. Well, there's a scene where they have to like save someone, and like they're under attack. I won't tell you because you need to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a really intense moment, and like some really serious stuff is happening. But it's funny the whole time.
Right. Yeah, that's the ideal. That's what you want.
Yeah. I was at first when I heard he was making a stop animation movie about dogs for his next project, I was a little disappointed.
Right.
I was like, oh, I want
It's
to
like, what can you do with that?
I was like, oh, I want another Wes Anderson movie like. But then I remembered Fantastic Mr. Fox really good. And now that I've seen the trailer, I'm like really excited about this movie.
I think Fantastic Mr. Fox is my favorite Wes Anderson.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's my favorite. So I want this to be like that movie, but different. I want this to be like that movie, but like with I mean like with some more like sci-fi elements. Not necessarily a sci-fi movie, but like talking about the bureaucracy of the military and in Japan and stuff like that.
It seems a lot different though because Fantastic Mr. Fox, like they're like
Japan doesn't have that much of a military.
the animals are like more humanoid, where in this version of it they're like legit dogs.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I want to
Like,
see
can the
Bryan
humans-
Cranston cry.
Is Bryan Cranston in that movie?
Yeah, he plays one of the dogs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I love Bryan Cranston cry voice. It's my favorite thing in the world.
What a sad thing.
No, it's awesome. It's the coolest thing ever.
All
like
right.
him being like, my family.
That was my family.
It's great. It's
Those
like
eyebrows.
Yeah, when he was in Godzilla, all the times where he's crying is like the best.
That's
part.
a good movie. He's good in that movie. I agree. He wish he didn't
Sucks
die.
that he's only in like. I thought he wanted him to be the main character.
But a part of me was like kind of.
But then we got Aaron Taylor Johnson looking at the camera like he's never seen a dang camera before in his life. He's like, I wonder what I ate for lunch today.
He's married to his sister.
Married to his sister. Yeah,
That was very strange, wasn't it?
Yeah,
They're in the two movies together at the same time.
I was like, yo, what you trying to say?
One's siblings, one's marriage. So I'm excited about this movie. Are you happy with it? I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I Love Dogs.
Hotel for Dogs.
I'm gonna keep calling it Hotel for Dogs.
No, honestly, it's Hotel for Dogs. All right, so we're gonna move on.
Real talk.
I want to talk about Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2. We're gonna do a video game talk real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So have you played any Battlefront games?
No, any
at all?
Yes,
Okay, so you know the second one
yes.
and the first, I think, too. Where
Yeah,
there was.
I played like the legit.
All right, so I want to talk about. First, I want to start with the 2014 Star Wars Battlefront reboot remake for PS4 and Xbox
I did not
One.
play that.
All right, what did you hear about it?
I heard people say, "Oh, there's no campaign mode, and it's all DLC, and where are all the levels?"
That's exactly it. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by saying.
So essentially, where's the content of the game?
I'm gonna start by saying I really liked that game. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. The gameplay was fun. The visuals were incredible. The sound design. Ugh. I agree. There need to be more levels. There need to be
Like
story mode and campaign mode.
Galactic
So
Conquest.
I've been playing the beta for Battlefront 2 now, and they've changed so much that I've been saying this. It feels less like a sequel and more like a reboot.
Oh, interesting.
So it has the prequel. Excuse me, I burped. I'm trying not to burp because I just ate meatballs and it probably smells real bad.
Oh no, I can't smell anything.
You have no sense of smell.
Yeah, I got no sense now.
Yeah. All right, so it starts. It has the prequels, has the original trilogy, and it also has the new trilogy as well.
Oh shit.
So it has a campaign. So the campaign is there's the beta doesn't have anything about the campaign. It has a trailer for it. It has like a quick cutscene, but you're a character Iden Versa, and she is a
Nissan Versa.
Nissan Versa, and she is a she's a leader of a special squadron, the Inferno
Wait, is
Squadron.
that Jin Ursa?
Ivan Verso.
Ivan Versa. Every Star Wars character is related.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so she's the leader.
Cousin, twice
so
removed.
the story is, so this is canon apparently. Like,
Okay.
Like,
oh shit.
Lucasfilms has like confirmed that this is a part of the story now. Okay. So this character, she is the leader of Inferno Squadron, which is like an elite.
Oh shit.
They're all black stormtroopers. They're not like dark skinned stormtroopers. Like they have black suits.
No way.
Why is this amazing?
Well, that's what I wanted Rogue One to be.
Right.
Because remember that scene where she was wearing the stormtrooper?
So
I thought she was gonna go be Rogue One and be a bad guy. I thought that was the point of that movie, is that she was gonna be the villain at the end, and I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. That's the most badass thing they've ever done in a movie. Have the main character like end up like it's a dark side movie where the character ends up going to the dark side at the end, and like in a cool way, a character who doesn't have force powers, who's not like a Jedi. Like that's awesome.
So anyway, these are I have a picture of them right here. That's what they look like.
That's kind of cool.
That's what they look like. So you have a squadron.
Yeah.
And so the story is,
although Nazis and everything. So
well, yeah. But so your story is it's at the end of Endor. You're at Battle of Endor, and they see the Death Star explode, and they're like, "What the heck?"
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they go back to their ship, and there's like one last message from the Emperor, like after death message from Pappy. And he's like, "Hey kids, I miss you." And so he basically, I don't know the exact story, but the premise is you're this character you play as Iden Verso and her squad, and they kind of fight through the 30 years from. From the Battle of Endor to, and they're you find out how the First Order comes to be. They're kind of the reason why the Fourth Order stays in power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited. It's a whole campaign on that. So that's one aspect of it.
It's kind of fun.
Battlefront 2. The second one is the online play, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so like the original, like Battlefront 1 and 2, the originals, there was classes. There was like assault, it was heavy, and you know what I mean? So there's that. That's back.
Sharpshooter, all that stuff.
And one of the big things that people don't like about the first one
back to tank upgrades
was the pickups. Did you ever hear about the pickups?
No.
So you'd run around the battlefield and they'd be the little glowing coins, and you go get them, and it could either be like a vehicle, and then you push the buttons, and all of a sudden you're in a vehicle, or it could be like a special weapon, like a rocket launcher, or it could be a hero,
right? And
now you're a hero or a villain, and it's just random. It's whoever runs to it first, Okay. So the way they do it in this one, it's battle points, which is kind of like the original Battlefront and Battlefront 2, where the better you do, you get more points, you unlock characters. You unlock a jump trooper, you unlock like a Wookiee, just like the original.
I remember that.
And if you get enough points, it's 5,000 to get a hero, and you unlock vehicles and things like that.
Right.
So far from what I've played, and I've played a lot, it's great. I'm really enjoying it.
You've been playing a lot?
Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. I really, really enjoy it. It makes me very excited because it's going to be like 1,000 maps. You're going to be able to play as all like heroes and villains from the prequels, from the originals, from the new ones.
Holy shit! That's
the space
good.
battles.
Yeah. Space battles.
It's really well
Those
done.
are my favorite.
Yeah.
Space battles.
The space battles are good. In this, you don't get out of your plane like you did in the original, but you have you have goals.
Like
mission objectives to do. So like if you're the rebels, you got to try and blow up the bad guys' ships, the Empire ships, and you have to stop.
You do
them.
the frigates first.
So it's not just it's not all about just shooting each other.
Right.
And it's really well done. It
and they do shields.
You get to customize your classes as well, kind of like in I don't know if you ever played Battlefield, but like you get classes, but you can customize what weapons they have. So my rating so far, just the beta. There's a couple little issues here and there, mainly with the but it's all multiplayer stuff, so it's not like that big of a deal. But they'll fix it. That's what betas are for. But yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, it sounds like a trip. Sounds like a trip. Do they have drugs in the Star Wars universe? I mean, aside from medical drugs.
Yeah, midichlorians.
Midichlorians. Oh yeah, they're like heroin, right?
Like heroin. It's heroin. What are midichlorians? It's heroin. All right, so yeah, that's my review of the Battlefront 2 beta. I'm very excited about this campaign mode.
Do you hear that, Lucasfilm? A good review, so that means...
Well, what's really exciting about this is that this character here, her name is Iden Versio. I'm sorry. Iden Versio, right? She is played by this actress who they just based her face off of.
Oh, she's like familiar.
Yeah.
What was she in?
I have no idea. I'll look it up.
She was definitely in something that I've seen before.
Type in.
Oh, I watched the No End House, the first episode of No End House the other day.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's season 2 of a horror show on Sci-Fi Channel, and it's like creepypasta as the show. Yeah, right? And I watched the first episode, and it was kind of good. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Cause
she was in the True Blood.
True Blood.
Hollow.
Oh, I think that's what I saw her in. Yeah, because True Blood was a show that I watched for, it was like a guilty pleasure show that I watched.
Yeah. So what's really cool is that she showed up. So she looks like the character, and I'm trying to find a picture of it. But she showed up to a con dressed as the character.
Oh, really?
And she looks just like her, obviously, because they based it off her. Yeah, see, look.
So everyone lost their shit.
So everyone lost. Yeah, exactly. And so what I would think would be cool is that she's around during the First Order time to have her character show up in a movie.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be really cool.
It's it's getting a little late, but I just think now that so if people who see her are do it in a way where you don't have to know the game to have it make sense, but it would be a fun little cameo for people who've played the games and know the story.
That's so funny that you're saying that, because that's what I wanted to happen with Jyn Erso. I was like, after Rogue One, in the case of Rogue One, she turns evil, she becomes a bad guy, and then in the second movie, in Last Jedi, she essentially a couple of years older is now, or some years older is now the Boba Fett character who has to hunt down everybody.
But it's never explained. It's not pointed out that it's her though.
Yeah,
you just kind of know it. That would be kind of cool.
That's what I was hoping would happen.
There's no I wouldn't want to reveal. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, and be like, my name is Jyn. It would just be she's there.
Yeah.
She's always been there. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. And you're like, wait, is that?
But they're like,
is that Dean Cain?
It's fucking Dean Cain. But I'm like, no, it's a separate story. It's separate. You
didn't like Rogue One very much, did you?
I didn't watch most of it.
Really?
I didn't. Yeah,
I liked it. I thought it was fun. It was a little slow, but there was some cool. The characters were cool, and there was some visuals were really cool, and the ending was fun.
I saw the Darth Vader thing, and I was like, I mean, I get why people like it. But
I like the Darth Vader thing. That was cool.
I was like, this is the best part of this movie.
It is. That is true. But the reason why I like the Darth Vader thing, because it makes a good point, it gives a reason as to why everybody's so scared of him.
I guess, yeah. Yeah,
because he doesn't do anything at all. He doesn't do anything in episode 4.
That's
true. Terrifying. He chokes one guy, but it's all in front of the bad guys. Mm-hmm. So
that's okay. Bad guys don't care.
He just
not hurt my feelings.
He legitimately just walks around, and then once the Emperor is kind of put into play, and you realize the Emperor's in control, I think it made Darth Vader look weak and like he didn't do anything. He was just he wasn't in charge of anything.
Right.
He was just a puppy dog. It was like what they did to Bane. We're like, well, Bane's a badass, and then they're like, but then this random person was like, no, I control you.
I control you. He's like, I like how he's trying to social. It's like, yeah, it's my boss.
Yeah, my boss is making me do this.
I didn't even get a raise last year. Do you know, fun fact, I've already told you this a million times, but if you don't get a yearly raise, then that means that you're even though you've had a year more experience wherever you're working, you are not being compensated for that year of experience compared to somebody who just started. So effectively, if you don't even get a small bump just to compensate, you're technically devaluing yourself. Fun fact.
Thanks for telling me that.
Yeah.
Because I don't get raises, so.
That's true. It's fucked up. It's messed up. You deserve a raise. You worked there so long, Terry.
I know.
You deserve every happiness.
I mean, I'm not looking to get any raises right now. It's just a buffer to make some money while I'm
just trying to live.
Real job. But anyway, that's
you know what would help with making that money is if you got a raise.
It's true. That is true.
Slightly.
I forget what we were. Anyway, so Star Wars. Do you want to talk about? Keep talking about Star Wars. Or do you want to talk about?
Is there something Star Wars you wanted to talk about?
No, that was it. I had Battlefront. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think I'm all Star Wars out. I think all
right, what do you want to talk about?
All right. What did we decide we're going to talk about?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah.
Which is random, but what the heck? You want to talk about it?
It's not that random because I just watched those movies the other day.
So it's not random to you.
So it's not random to
It's
me.
pretty relevant
I feel
to
like
you.
I always do this where I'm like, hey, can we talk about this thing I just watched the other day? And they're like, okay, yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess.
Why not?
Sure. Well, I always like your take on things. So what do you want to talk about it for?
Okay. So I was watching...
This is all new to me. He's springing this on me.
Springing that on you. No.
What was that?
Those like...
You didn't even touch me.
Yeah. No, that's more of like... It's supposed to make people like, oh boy. Like, we gotta take him
It
seriously.
makes me want to go closer to you. It's like,
Okay. So Back to the Future. Okay.
Yeah, okay. What about it?
I watched Back to the Future 2 and Back to the Future 3 the other day.
I don't think I've ever seen 3, by the way.
You've never seen Back to the
I
Future
don't
3?
think so. I must have when I was a kid. I just don't remember it at all.
It's the worst of the 3,
Yeah, I know.
but it's still pretty fun.
Okay.
It's still pretty fun. It's one of the best ideas of the series, which is the idea of like the third, because they can travel in time, right? The first movie they go to the past and they're trying to get back to the present.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the second movie, it's we got to go to the future, and then we got to go to the present, and then back to the past, and then back to the present. Well, they don't do that in the third movie. They don't go back to the present in the second movie. And so the third movie is like we got to go back to the Old West, right?
Right, yeah, okay.
Which is a logical conclusion,
Yeah.
because if you're going back and forth, you know, that's the next place. So it's a logical iteration, and it's really fun because I love the idea of doing third Back to the Future as a Western, but as a subversion of the Western, just the way that Back to the Futures 1 and 2 are subversions of like the future of like the 50s, by focusing on the elements of the repetition of their relationships, the repetition of rituals in the Back to the Future series. The whole thing is about family and legacy and identity, and how all those choices are intertwined in one another. These are things that I never thought about when I watched these movies as a kid. I was just like laughing at all the jokes, and like my favorite scene, I would watch Back to the Future 2, which is my favorite of the movies, and it would be the part where they were doing the exposition talking about how they had to avoid their future selves while back in the 50s, and they were running up and down the street, both heading towards the camera and away from the camera on one shot, and it was so funny. It was like beautiful slapstick, and so as a kid that's what I liked, but now as an adult I'm like, oh shit, like there's some real meat to this stuff, like not necessarily in plan, because I think Zemeckis is a bit of a hack, but I do think that there's like there's especially in the frame of two shows that I love, Rick and Morty and Mr. Robot, are two shows that I think are like redefining television and storytelling right now, and they both owe a huge amount of debt to the Back to the Future series.
No, I know. Rick and Morty is Back to the Future.
Yeah, it's just ball plays Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like,
and Mr. Robot owes thematic elements. Like I like, even it's a small Easter egg in the first season, but when Elliot is looking through pictures of him and his dad after he realized that Mr. Robot is his father, there's a
spoilers.
picture,
Jeez.
Oh, spoilers for Mr. Robot. Man, get on that Mr. Robot stuff, all that stuff. Actually, and that as far as spoilers go, that's kind of like a part one spoiler to like much more spoilers.
Okay, well,
there's like even bigger spoilers in Mr. Robot, so it's like you don't even gotta worry if you get spoiled a little bit, because like every episode is a spoiler for Mr. Robot, because it's just so full of shit. So full. I mean, like when I say full
good
of shit,
stuff,
I mean like
though.
good stuff.
Like, yeah.
Oh my god, there's like foreshadowing for stuff in season 2 in the first episode. It's like awesome. It's like so cool. All right, okay. It's my favorite show. It's my favorite show
I know.
in the world.
Really?
Like, that I've ever watched in my entire life.
Wow.
It's like, and all because of how great season 2 is. Of like the whole arc of season 2. This season you didn't watch. And oh my god.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it.
It's like, I can feel it in my nuts. Like, I'm just so disappointed. Not in you, just in life and reality.
Yeah, no, you're disappointed in me. It's fine. I'm used to it. Continue what you were saying.
Well, no, you're
What's
very
the Easter egg, Connor?
You're a very put together young man.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah, you're young.
No, I'm 23.
You're 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's a good age. Okay. Anyways, that's
I like it. That's good.
okay. So
Unbelievable.
there's the Easter egg in that episode where he's looking through the pictures and he sees Mr. Robot and him dressed as Marty and Doc for Halloween, right? And you're like, oh, that's a cool little reference. But then you realize that there's all these themes, like in the show, of like the idea of repetition and the idea of like changing the past and like economics and like the whole thing with like Biff using the sports book to like do all this like stuff where he forms his own corporation, and then it's like, oh my god, is E Corp like the same corporation that like Biff made, like Biffco, and like there's all these weird like rippling effects of like George McFly got like killed, and it's like, oh my god, all this other stuff, and then like all this.
I was
like,
thinking it more of like how Marty and Doc kind of just like throws Morty into these situations.
Definitely that
and
is
like controlled his life basically. Kind of like controlled how his life was going to turn out.
Well, their relationship is the weirdest thing about those movies, because it's like we don't question it ever, but it's like their link to each other, their friendship is.
I don't know how many people just have crazy
so
old guy friends.
Yeah, it's like he's not even a friend of the family. He's just, they never explain it.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's one of the most heartfelt relationships, and it's like it's.
Is that guy still around? The actor who plays him?
Oh, Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, he's still around. Yeah. Yeah, he looks the same.
Does he really?
Yeah, he looks like they
kind of aged him up a little bit in that one, didn't they?
That's true. Although they did that joke in the second movie.
But so now he looks like as he should.
Like he has like all this. Well, because he looks the same back in the 50s as he does in the 80s, and then they have the joke where he like went to a rejuvenation clinic and he takes off the skin and he still looks the same. And so it's still funny that like to this day he still looks the exact same.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I've seen gifs of him with like short hair, and he looks great with short hair, like kind of buzzed down. I was like, oh,
what else has he been in?
He was in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He was Dr. Doom, Judge Doom, the guy who like kills Toons, and then he's like actually a Toon. Spoilers for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah,
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a great movie. But I was gonna say, oh wait, no, you were about to say something.
I was about to say you're gonna hate this. I've never seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
It's really good. I hated it as a kid because I thought it was weird.
Oh, really? Because I feel like at this age now, like a big reason why people like it is nostalgia.
No, it's legitimately a good movie. Okay. Yeah,
I guess I'll watch it.
If you like, I would say first watch.
It's like people who've never seen Space Jam. Like you wouldn't like Space Jam if you'd never seen it. You'd be like, this is bad. But like because we loved it as kids, it's like it's a classic, you know.
It's classic. It's kind of a meme.
Yeah, exactly.
But Who Framed Roger Rabbit is legitimately good. It helps. I don't know if it helps to watch Chinatown first or to watch Chinatown after.
Well, I like
because essentially just. Oh, you've seen Chinatown?
I've seen Chinatown.
Okay, yeah. So you can watch.
I've seen Chinatown.
Well, yeah, you just watch it. It's Chinatown, but with cartoon characters. It's great. It's
I like
awesome.
Chinatown.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good movie.
You know what's funny? Rango is Chinatown with cartoon characters, and I love Rango. It's like just do that plot with cartoon characters.
That movie flopped. People didn't like that one.
Yeah, which is great. It's actually like really good.
It's because it was too serious. It wasn't a kids movie.
It was like one of Gore Verbinski's few good films he's made ever. Yeah. Sorry, Gore Verbinski.
Anyways, let's wrap up this. What were we talking about?
Okay, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Because then we got to do opinions as well.
But yeah, I noticed like a lot of themes and a lot of ideas like that I can't necessarily. It sucks because I didn't write down at the time. It was like one of those things where you have an amazing dream and then you forget. I didn't write down all the themes that I noticed, but like they're there. Like if you look from those specific lenses, they're there, and also through a Jungian lens. Like I know I've talked about Carl Jung before. Yep. Like there's this whole idea of the shadow, which is the aspect of yourself that you're afraid of, but also the person you want to be, and that's a huge thing in mythology. A lot of villains are the shadow version of the protagonist, right?
Yeah.
So Biff is Marty's shadow, right? Because Biff follows the same trajectory that Marty wants. Because Marty is like Marty's the one who has the idea in the second movie to take the book and to use it to profit. And Biff just does the same thing. He's exactly like Marty in that way. Like when Marty sees Biff, he sees the things that he's afraid of in himself. And the thing is Biff is mean to Marty's dad, but Marty is also mean to his own father.
Yeah,
and it's Biff is just Marty. It's everything he's afraid.
Wow.
He
do you think that was
himself.
purposely done?
That's a good question. Well, in a larger mythological perspective, I think it's on purpose, but whether
subconsciously on purpose,
which I think is kind of oxymoron or something.
Yeah, but like no, it's like a thing where like you do it subconscious. Oh yeah, so subconsciously.
Yeah,
it was done. Yeah,
definitely.
Because that's just kind of how we write. Do you think that Marty or Doc is just an older version of Marty from the future?
Ooh, that's really fun to think, right? Well, there's
he's just that's why they're friends. He's come back to help himself. And Marty's just like whatever, but he never tells him that.
Well, there's so many fun parallels in those movies. You know, like they're definitely like like they always do the repetition as a joke, right? But that's the thing about that's like the larger theme of time travel is that history does repeat itself regardless of the situation. What you do too, because because that's how humans operate. Humans operate. We are pattern creating machines. That's how we define our reality. Mm-hmm. That's how we operate. You know, like there's I forget who said this, which is so, you know, I feel bad I can't attribute the quote, but there was a professor who said that like the most important things we do every day are our habits. Because those are the things that like, and usually they're the mundane things you never think about, but those are the things like that define your experience, you know, for the majority of your life. And it's like, that is kind of an eternal truth that is echoed in, or as at least you can kind of use this film to you know, kind of get a glimpse of that. I really like that movie.
I've never talked about this movie in that way, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We should close out with some opinions from the
future.
All right, what did we talk about?
Opinions from the future.
Okay.
Yeah. So
we were talking about the Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. 8 movies.
Can you believe they're only on part 4 right now?
They're only on part 4, and the production has halted. Like, there's rioting breaking out. There's like protests because people are like, why are you using... It's weird because they're using British actors to play American actors.
Yeah, it is weird. The whole thing is weird. The fact that they changed Eddie Redmayne, the actor, to what's his name?
And all the Nazi shit is super weird. Like, I understand it's going to the future, but I'm like, yo, like, I don't want to see that
many
Nazis.
But that time jump between the third and the fourth one made no sense.
It didn't make sense.
It was like 1926.
Well, it's like they fucking... I knew as soon as they brought out the fucking time turner, I was like, oh god, here we go again.
Here comes some Nazis.
That's it. Gets the whole plot. That's the whole plot of the fourth one. Is like, we gotta stop the Nazis from getting the time turner.
It became an Indiana Jones with magic.
Oh, god, and with like the most uncharismatic man in the universe. Exactly. Looks like he perpetually has a cold.
That's the best way to put it. Isle for Dogs was great, so let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, it was great. I've cried.
Exactly what I wanted to be.
It was very like, I don't know. It was more adult than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though there's a little boy in it.
Little boy. It was kind of like a really fucked up 100 Acre Wood, and I liked that a lot.
Ooh,
I was like, this was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. What else did we talk about?
We talked about the
Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game.
It is pretty good, yeah. Although...
They have nowhere to go for Battlefront 3 now, though.
Yeah. Especially like...
They used all the properties.
They did every story.
Everything they had to do is in the second one. They're like, you're out of luck.
They did. And it's funny because that came out like 2 months before, I want to say, episode 9. Right? Because they had to delay it. So it came out 2 months before episode 9.
Delay it, yeah.
And it did the plot of episode 9. So if like people played the game, they already knew the movie. Yeah. And like, I don't know whether that was on purpose. That happens with
the Lego games a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in real life. That happens in the Lego games, yeah. Like they released Jurassic World before the Jurassic World movie came out.
Oh my god. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and they did it with, I think they did it with the Avengers Lego too.
So and people are just like, it's fine, it's Lego.
Which is weird. Okay, so they came out with Avengers Lego, which is the first 2 Avengers movies.
Oh, Ultron too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why didn't they just wait until the rest were done, then make the game?
I mean, they gotta
make that dough.
We gotta make that dough. Strike the irons.
Gotta make those bricks.
Gotta make those bricks.
All right. Anyway, I think that's the best we can do.
That's it. That's
the best we can do. It's fine. Whatever. All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much for listening, you guys.
Whoever's listening, thank you.
Whoever's ever listening. I know a couple people who are listening.
Is it you?
It's me.
Do you actually listen to them?
I do. I like the sound of my own voice.
Yeah. I have to because I do the editing. Tyler says he doesn't. He's like, I never listen to them.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
That's funny. I always listen to him because I'm like either like I listen to it and I'm like, wow, that was really funny, Connor, or I'm like, goddamn, why are you saying so much stupid
There
shit?
have been times where like I was editing and like I kind of let it go, and then I start listening to the conversation. I'm like, and I forget that it's us. I'm like, oh wow, cool.
Right? It's like, who is this person?
Yeah, I was like, oh wait, I gotta do my job.
It's so funny. Like I always I listen to them. Like I don't use headphones. I just listen to them like while I'm doing stuff.
Yeah, that's how I usually listen to podcasts.
Like my dad. I don't think I've explained to my dad what this is.
And so he just hears your voice.
He just thinks I'm listening to recordings of myself talking with other people, and he's like, "Fucking, this is kind of weird, man." I'm like, you know what?
But anyway,
Respect your
if
opinion.
you like it, just tell people about it. I want to get a nice community eventually at some point.
Community. I guess you have to. What do you call it? You gotta throw a couple bake sales if you want to go to the carnival. If you know what I'm saying.
I do know exactly what you're
You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
All right. Thanks for all of it.
Bye bye.
Bye.